You could walk 10,000 steps a day, cut your portions, and do everything right, and still not lose a single inch of belly fat. Why? Because you may be burning the wrong fuel. There is a specific morning window, right after you wake up, when your body is still in a fasted state after several hours without food. And walking during this time may encourage your body to use more stored fat for energy. But there is one innocent morning habit that can change this process, and most people don't even realize they're doing it. Today, we're looking completely under the hood to see what actually happens to your body when you walk before breakfast. We'll explore how your body uses stored fat for energy, how long you may want to walk, what walking intensity works best, and the simple morning habit that can change the way your body uses fuel. To understand why walking before breakfast may be helpful, we first need to understand why belly fat can be so difficult to lose in the first place. For anyone over the age of 40, you may have noticed that your body stores and holds on to fat differently than it did in your 20s. When you gain a little weight, it may settle around your waistline. And when you try to lose it, you may notice changes in your arms, your face, and your legs first, while your stomach seems completely untouched. This happens because belly fat is not simply a passive storage unit. It is active tissue that responds to changes in your body's hormones, including insulin and stress hormones. When insulin levels are elevated, your body is more likely to prioritize using available glucose for energy, rather than releasing stored fat. For example, if you eat a bowl of cereal or a piece of toast, and then go for a morning walk, your body has recently available energy from that food. You are still doing something wonderful for your heart, your muscles, and your overall health, but your body may rely less on stored fat during that particular exercise session. When you wake up in the morning, however, you have been fasting overnight. You may not have consumed calories for 8, 10, or even 12 hours. So, if you step outside for a walk before breakfast, your body has less recently consumed energy available and may rely more heavily on stored fuel. This can increase the proportion of energy coming from fat during the workout. And this isn't just a theory. A clinical study published in the British Journal of Nutrition examined this exact concept. Researchers gathered a group of active adults. Both groups were instructed to perform morning cardiovascular exercise. They walked at a similar moderate pace for a similar amount of time. The main difference was that one group ate a normal breakfast before exercising, while the other group exercised on an empty stomach, consuming only water. The results were interesting. The fasted group burned more fat during the exercise session, compared with the group that ate breakfast beforehand. In other words, simply changing the timing of the meal changed which fuel source the body used during the workout. However, there is an important distinction. Burning more fat during a workout does not automatically mean losing more body fat over time. Long-term fat loss still depends largely on your overall calorie balance, nutrition, activity level, sleep, and consistency. So, think of fasted walking as one possible tool, not a magic shortcut, but the potential benefits of morning walking go beyond the amount of fat used during one workout. It can also help address another factor connected with belly fat: stress. In our modern, fast-paced world, many adults experience chronically elevated stress. Cortisol is one of the body's primary stress hormones. Long-term stress is associated with changes in appetite, metabolism, and abdominal fat distribution. Walking at a moderate pace in the quiet of the morning can be a simple way to support stress management. You are stepping outside, getting fresh air, moving your body, and creating a calmer start to your day. This combination of movement and environment can help you feel more relaxed and support healthy stress levels. So, this brings us to a very practical question. How long do you actually need to walk? A quick 10-minute stroll around the block is wonderful for your mental health and daily activity. But if you want a longer cardiovascular session, during the first 10 to 15 minutes, your body is warming up and adjusting to the exercise. As you continue walking, your body gradually shifts between different fuel sources. Staying active for another 20 to 30 minutes can increase the total amount of energy you burn during the session. However, there is one incredibly common morning habit that can change this entire process, and most people don't even realize they are doing it. Many people understand the concept of a morning walk, but they feel like they need a quick boost of energy before heading outside. They might add a splash of sweetened creamer to their coffee, eat a bite of banana, or grab a small handful of crackers, assuming such a tiny amount of food won't make a difference. But from a metabolic standpoint, consuming calories changes the fasted state. Your body begins responding to the nutrients you have consumed, including carbohydrates and sugars. And instead of relying primarily on stored fuel, your body now has newly available energy to use. So, if your goal is specifically to exercise in a fasted state, stick to 0-calorie beverages before your walk. Plain water, plain black coffee, or plain green tea can work for many people. Just avoid adding sugar, cream, or other calorie-containing ingredients. Another crucial element of this process is the intensity of your walk. It is completely normal to assume that if walking burns calories, then running as fast as you can must burn even more fat. But when you're exercising in a fasted state, pushing your body to the absolute limit may not be necessary. High-intensity exercise can feel significantly harder, especially for people who are not accustomed to training fasted. For most people, a moderate, low-impact pace is a practical choice. You want to maintain a brisk pace. Imagine you're running late for an important appointment. Your breathing should be slightly elevated, and your heart rate should be up, but you should still be able to hold a conversation without gasping for air. This is often called the talk test, and it is a simple way to judge moderate exercise intensity. You can also support your morning walk with proper hydration. After a full night of sleep, your body may be mildly dehydrated, so drinking a glass of water before you step outside is a simple and healthy habit. If you enjoy coffee, a cup of plain black coffee before your walk may also provide a small boost in alertness and exercise performance because of its natural caffeine content. Caffeine can temporarily increase energy expenditure and encourage the release of fatty acids into the bloodstream. Just remember to keep it completely black if you want to maintain a calorie-free fast. But it is highly important to look at this routine realistically. Walking on an empty stomach for one single morning is not going to flatten your stomach by the afternoon. The true power of this habit comes from consistency. You are creating a routine that helps you stay active and burn calories regularly. Over time, your clothes may begin to fit differently. Your waistline may change, and your overall fitness can improve. Your energy levels throughout the day may also become more stable as you develop healthier habits around movement, nutrition, and sleep. You don't need exhausting boot camps, heavy weights, or extremely restrictive morning routines to support your health. You may simply need a pair of comfortable walking shoes, a glass of water, and the consistency to step out the front door before breakfast. Give your body the opportunity to move, burn energy, and build a healthier routine. And remember, fasted walking is only one small piece of the bigger picture. Your overall diet, daily activity, sleep, stress levels, and long-term consistency matter much more than one specific morning habit. So, what do you think? Would you try walking on an empty stomach tomorrow morning, or have you already made morning walks part of your routine? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear about your experience. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a like. If you want more simple, science-based health and wellness videos, make sure to subscribe to Core Well Fit and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful, healthy week ahead. Health disclaimer: this video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not intended to provide medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Individual responses to fasted exercise can vary. If you have a medical condition, take medication, are pregnant, or have concerns about exercising while fasting, speak with a qualified healthcare professional before changing your exercise or nutrition routine. The information presented by Core WellFit is based on general health and fitness education and should not be considered a substitute for professional medical advice.